this is Jane with Green Side Up. We're doing our video today out in the greenhouse, and it's a little chilly, so I'm going to keep my jacket on for this. Our topic today is air plants. They are also known as tillandsia or epiphytes. Either of those names describe air plants. Air plants are non-parasitic organisms, and they grow from, well, woody surfaces of other plants. Many of them grow in the tropics or the subtropics. Ooh, I bet they're chilly up here today. Spanish moss, for instance, is, well, a type of epiphyte. And it grows a little bit here in Fayetteville and then as we go further south. So, how do you plant an air plant? You don't. Air plants just grow in the air. So it's very simple to plant them. People enjoy having them because they can put them, for instance, in their kitchen. Sometimes they'll put them maybe up on their counters or just, I don't know, above the fireplace or wherever you want to put them in your house. Another thing that you can do with them is to attach them to different types of objects. So this particular air plant is anchored onto this little wreath, and then the wreath can be hung. And there are special types of glues that you can use to anchor your air plants. As with any kind of plant, you will need to do some watering on your air plants. So air plants are a little different than other types of plants. Other plants, they get their nutrients through the root system. Well, these don't. So air plants will receive their water and their nutrients through these little fuzzy gray scales, and it's hard to see. You're gonna get a closer video. These little gray scales that are on their leaves, they are called trichomes. And actually, on a plant like this, we're gonna show you a place where some of that has been scraped off just a little bit. You'll be able to see the difference where they're not present on this particular plant. Air plants like filtered light, so they are great for in your house. Don't put them in the bright window. Here in the greenhouse, they actually have filtered light because we have a shade cloth that's over our top. Air plants will work well in your office with a fluorescent light because, of course, it's not a full, bright, sunshiny light. Whoops. As with any kind of plants, you can get pests, both bug and fungal. So some of the pests that could be on an air plant would be like mealybug, scale, and mites. You can treat those with a neem type of solution, and that will take care of those. They also can get a rot or fungus. Now, air plants do not tolerate rapid changes in temperature. And if they have those rapid changes in temperature, that is when they can develop that rot. If they get this fungal rot, there's really nothing you can do about it, and you'll have to toss it out and get a different one. As far as feeding your air plants, you can do a monthly application of fertilizer with a high nitrogen and potassium level, but low phosphorus. That would be a number of like a 20-10-20. There are fertilizers that are especially made for air plants. These can be mixed with water, and you can spray them on your plants. You apply it after your plant has already been watered. So, speaking of watering, let me show you one of the ways that you can water your plants. There's a couple ways that you can water your air plants. One is just to mist them, and you would do that on a more frequent basis. Another thing that you can do is literally take them and dunk them into the water. Let them sit in their water for 10 to 20 minutes. It's going to be a nice little soak for them, and it will get them hydrated. You only have to do that about once a week. Air plants, like other plants, will produce flowers, and this one is getting ready to do its flower thing. After they have bloomed, they will go kind of dormant. That doesn't mean that they're completely resting and not doing anything. What they are doing is they're producing what's called a pup, a baby. The mother plant will produce this other piece of plant, other air plant, and then the mother plant will die off. You will only get one flower coming from this air plant. This part will die off. The new air plant will then produce the new flower. So once your air plant is done blooming, and be watching to see where that new baby is coming. And it'll be kind of exciting. That's how your air plants multiply, reproduce. So I'm going to show you just a few of the air plants and give you their names, and you can kind of see the differences. This one that we dipped with that beautiful red is called, Rainforest Red. This little guy is called Showtime. This one, Houston Colossus. This great big one with the beautiful flowers has a name that I hope I can say, Xerographica. And this little itty bitty tiny one that really gets a pretty little purple flower is called Rubra Softleaf. I hope this video has been informational for you. It has been for me. I always have to study a little bit before I do them. And I've learned a lot about air plants, so I could give it to you. If you have any questions about air plants or any other questions, leave a message in the comment section below. This is Jane with Green Side Up, hoping that it warms up real soon.